Welcome again, everyone. Jerry's Old Guy Review, and I apologize about the noise. We are at sub-zero temperatures, and the heater just does not want to come off. Oh, look, it's eye candy. Hello, Yowie. For those of you who have seen him since the beginning, he's a wee bit bigger now. He's at 8 months. And he is a pain in the butt. Yes, I love you too. I do. Come on, some people don't like that. They think it's gross. You're nasty. So, everybody, this is the third appearance of the MST Cfx-W. Now, for those of you who haven't watched the first two videos, this has been a part of the crew for over 2 years now. This truck, I'm gonna tell you, was a kit, a wee bit over 300 bucks. If you don't know MST, they use a lot of Tamiya's bodies. So, we have the cruiser body, which this is an FJ45 pickup hard bed. This truck has been one of my favorites, to the point where it is time to do some updating, some make it new. The first thing's going to be a light kit, but that's going to be the first project to come. Right now, he is rocking some Duralast, ew, Scalar CR tires in C3 compound. So these trucks I've tried. Wow. These tires I've tried on a bunch of different vehicles. They just have not performed like I would like. So I bought some SSD hubs, the fancy little metal ones, for this. The tires that came on it, while okay, were very tall, very thin. And if you'll notice, front and rear of this truck, this is the one thing that I fought with and I just can't figure it out. That they can't in. The tops are closer in than the bottoms. I don't know why. Everything seems straight, but so far this truck has been my test truck. Whenever I do anything on the course, this is the truck I pull out first. You know, I put the 1080 in it. It has now gotten upgraded to using just lipos. You know, hinge system, look at this. Can you imagine how many times this is opened and closed? And it's still, I haven't even tightened this thing. Running just I was running just nickel metals in it. But now with the RC 4-wheel drive crawler motor, now we're running lipos in it. The only thing that I screwed up was I hardwired everything, and I actually wired it up backwards. So the delay you normally get from hit and reverse is in forward. So I have to do that too. I'm gonna have to unsolder it, rewire it up. But meanwhile, this truck has been effortless. You know, I built it the way I wanted, with the lubricants I wanted, and now it's going to get a light kit, since it comes with 4 buckets in the rear, 2 buckets in the front. You know, the original Tamiya body, Tamiya, didn't come with the accurate turn signals, so they put these on, didn't really think about wiring them up. So I've actually cut holes in the side when I first built it and put holes underneath the stickers. We're going to see if we can light it up. But, you know, this, for a relatively inexpensive truck, for a kit, you know, a little bit of, you know, paint when I put it together. I have literally, one of the shocks is leaking, but it's on this side. You don't notice that it's leaking. That's the only thing. It needs some shorter shocks, needs a little bit shorter tires. And I think, you know, MST makes the bent links and whatnot to lower the center of gravity on it, but the fact that I haven't tore up the front bumper or the rear bumper, actually the rear bumper does have some scuffs on it, so we have gotten him up pretty high, but the front bumper, no scuffs at all. I like the clearance. It is a little tippy, but when you go into knowing that it's going to be a little tippy, and one of the comments I made early was the front link. So the front steering link is there, but the portals come with a connector on both sides. It's like they're ambidextrous. And maybe that's part of my cant. Maybe I didn't pay attention. I haven't found anything on them. But it almost looks like I could put that front link behind, but I haven't really noticed an issue with it. But with, I forget, let's look here. I think it's like a 45 crawler motor. Oh, it's a 20 turn. Pardon me. This truck is peppy. The dogs don't appreciate it, but man, for the ease, I wish some of the other companies, Axial, I'm looking at you, could figure out the hinge system or hidden post. So, you know, I think that MST could have came up with something that would have been right here. But, you know, the front grill hooks up and it does catch on here, so it gives you an extra layer. But man, I pull 2 pins, throw the battery in, boom, pins, ready to go. So, just to tell you now, I know MST with A-Main, where I got this kit from, seems to be focusing more on drift cars now. But some earlier commenters asked me about product support. You can still get almost everything you need for this truck underneath, and include the body. You can get this body less than $100 right now on A-Main. But if you can get the CFX, you know, you can get everything for it. I mean, they sell $100 a piece, the complete axles, ready to go. So, you know, I know their, what is it, RGT is also MST. So they're making good products now. This is, I mean, this truck, 2 years in, I haven't had to tear anything apart. You know, I put the electronics, I put the radio gear in it, but what makes it a truck, that's what it came with. The engineering was fabulous. So, all of you on the channel, like myself who love MST. I'm actually thinking about getting one of these drifting cars and trying that out. So let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure I know where most of you are going to lean who are familiar with or own the MSTs. For those of you that don't discount them. Don't think they're a cheap Chinese truck. They are not. And this year I've got my eye on a couple of more cheap trucks that I want to try. And I also, let me know in the comments, for those of you, a few years back, I did the Versus Challenge, which was customer input. Customer? Is that what you guys are? Subscribers inputted which trucks they wanted to see compete together on my course. So the original Versus Challenge was just a ramp. This year I have got 2 ramps and a big center base that I want to whip a course out. I'm bringing it in, setting it up just for, me being able to crawl in the wintertime. But, we threw the championship for the Versus Challenge was quite the ramp. So I worked with the ramp. I worked with giving you guys the angles that they were at, how they were climbing, but you guys got to pick the competitions, which 2 trucks took each other on as the weeks went on. So let me know in the comments if you'd be interested again in starting in January, if you'd be interested in that kind of thing again. Other than that, MST, over 2 years strong, and man, do I love this truck. So, until the next one, once again, if you haven't, like and subscribe, comments below, I answer every single one of them. Let me know what you might think. Maybe go back and see what the Versus Challenge looked like, I think 2 years ago. And then I will talk to you on the next one.